Okay, thank you. I will open this up. This is notes here. Okay. Now, I will tell you about Zazen. It's a hard act to follow. Reggie, oh my gosh, is he a good teacher? Ugh. And Joe is a great, not only comedian, and he gets everybody involved. So it's a hard act to follow. Here it goes. I'm going to tell you the essence of Zazen. Why you really need to study it. Not just meditation, Zazen. Okay? Here it goes. First of all, the Buddha taught in the first noble truth. You remember that? Yes. Okay. Some people, if you remember that, raise your hand. I like to see hands in the air. Go ahead. Who knows the first noble truth? Okay. Who can tell me the first noble truth?
There is suffering and difficulty in life.
Okay, that's true. That's good. Okay. Now, the first noble truth talks about dukkha. Now, dukkha has two parts. Dukkha. Okay? Now, the ka means being, state of being, and duk means inwardness. Okay? So, when you experience dukkha, it's suffering, okay? So you experience, life goes in, you feel it, hurts, okay? Now, the opposite of dukkha is something called sukha. Now, who knows what sukha is? Ajahn?
We're raising our hands.
Yes. Anyone besides me? Joe?
It's a Jewish holiday.
Jewish holiday. Oh, that's wrong. Okay. Sukha. Okay, the root word ka. Remember what that was? State of being. Now, sukha means expansion. So you have outward energy. Okay? Now, so you got sukha and dukkha. So what does that have to do with Zazen? All right. Okay, when you are in Zazen and you're sitting there, you are, and I want you to leave today remembering a few points here, okay? When you go home and you're sitting there and you don't know what to do, just remember, try to remember a couple things about today. One is immersion, okay? When you are, Zazen teaches you about the moment, to immerse yourself in the moment, the now, okay? Now, what is the point of that? Well, ultimately, what is it we all want? Happiness? We want to know about the beauty of existence. We want to find love, right? And in Buddhism, we want compassion. Okay, that's true. So, when you sit in Zazen and you have all these thoughts coming in your mind, dukkha, you know, judgmental mind, you don't like this and you don't like that, okay, that's dukkha. You're unhappy. Now, Reggie said, just let it be. Let the thoughts just be. Right, Reggie?
Right.
Okay. Now, the first thing you need to learn is this. Ka Shanti. Who knows what that word means? Anybody? No. Okay. Shanti. Kashanti.
My former mother-in-law, Shanti.
Oh, well, we're not talking about your mother-in-law now. Okay. Well, maybe she was dukkha for you, I don't know.
Shanti,
Anyway.
isn't that some sort of infinite peace? Something like that? Infinite feeling of peace?
Well, because Shanti means patience. It is the tool of, one of the very important tools of Zazen. You're sitting there, you gotta have patience. If you don't have patience, you want to run away. You gotta be open to the experience. You gotta feel it fully. Don't run away from the experience. Okay? You got to persevere. You're sitting there and you persevere and you accept whatever happens, whatever you feel. Don't run away from it. And the last thing is, you know, you're going to have some bad feelings there. Forgive. Forgive it. Whatever it is, it's okay. However it is, it's okay. Whatever it is, it's okay. Okay? Now, more things here. That's right, Mr. Sid. Turn the page. Okay, now, we got a few minutes. Why do we study Zazen? Zazen is not just sitting. Your whole life becomes Zazen. Your whole life becomes meditation. Okay? Not just sitting there. In fact, tell Mr. Sid about your experience with Zazen. Okay, I will tell you. I don't do Zazen. Almost. I don't like to sit. I do my own forms of meditation, transcendental meditation, Vipassana. I do self-hypnosis. I do a lot of different things. But there are so many ways in the world to concentrate your mind. Just reading a book, or watching the news, you learn to concentrate your mind. But Zazen is different than anything else, any other form of meditation, because your energy is focused on yourself, what you're thinking, what you're feeling. It's not outward. And one of the signs of an enlightened being is the energy is directed in towards inside, not directed outside. So that's a very important thing. There's no other form of Vipassana, close, but there's no other form of meditation I know of. I've studied many of them too, like Zazen, where you are forced to see yourself, to look at yourself really minutely, closely, and just let it be. Let it accept whatever is happening. Okay? That was good, Mr. Sid. That was good. Okay. Now, I will continue. You know, Zazen gives life to your life. Besides, you've got to live in the moment. There is no past. There is no future. If you put the energy in the past and you put the energy in the future, you know what? Life is just going to fly by. Yeah. You've got to do what the ancient Buddhist monks did. They ate rice and they drank tea. They were very ordinary people. They weren't great yogis or great Zen masters. They were just ordinary people like you and Mr. Sid. Whatever happened was good enough. They didn't try to change anything. In fact, if you study Zen, you will realize something very profound through Zazen, that life is perfect just the way it is. You don't have to change it. But one thing, you can't, here's something to remember, pick and choose. You can't pick and choose. You know, discrimination, discriminating mind, can't do that. Also, Zazen is about, they don't talk about this much, but it's about joy. Joy and happiness in the moment, okay? You experience ease and joy when you are in Zazen. It's an experience of enlightenment just by itself, but imagine if you could be all the time experience a sense of ease and joy. All the time. Not just sometimes, all the time. You don't want to leap out of the moment because it's too hard for you. You want to stay there and just see it and feel it deeply. You are a human being, and that is your goal, to be fully human, not to run away. Not to be dependent on conditions outside of you. You don't need that. Just have, you can develop this mind of ease and joy by accepting the moment. Do not want to run away. Okay, what else here?
So 1 minute left.
Oh, 1 minute, okay. Let's see here. Now, I want to put a very philosophical beauty image in your mind that the whole universe is an ocean of dazzling light. It is unbelievable beauty, light, dazzling light. And your task, the reason you study Zazen and the reason you study Buddha is you want to see the light, to experience the beauty of the dazzling universe. And you can only do that in the moment, not when you're thinking about the past or the future, or you are in misery and hunger and violence and anger. You got to give it all up, okay? That is Zen. That is being part of the ocean of dazzling light. And that's the truth. Okay? Any questions? Any questions here?
What's going to happen to Mr. Monki from now on?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going on YouTube. I'm going to become a superstar.
Okay.
You can find me under Mr. Sid Frischer YouTube. I'll be there teaching children and maybe a few Ajahns. Maybe you'll be the only one that looks at it.
I'm glad to see you got out of prison, Mr. Monki.
Yeah, well, remember what I told you, Ajahn, life is a prison, isn't it? You gotta be careful. You gotta be really careful and good behavior all the time. And then maybe you can get out. They'll let you out. All right, that's it.
Okay.
We'll be staying